doing my usual of getting set up so that I can see the chat if it happens. Come on. Wherefore art thou? Oh, it's got a new section of its own. There we go. Okay, and live chat. Hello there, Sturdy. How was you doing, love? Okay, and then I've got one more thing to change. And there we go. Okie cookie. Peggy-pokey. Good evening, Mr. Julie. Good evening, Maureen. Hope you're well. First things first, happy Thanksgiving to all our American friends. Hope you're having a lovely day, even though it's sort of, for some of you, it's early in the morning, isn't it? Well, morning anyway. Coming up to lunchtime, maybe. So I don't know if many of you will be joining me, but we'll hang about for a little bit. Hi there, Teresa, and see who comes and joins us. Having a slurp of my brew. Hang on, let me move that out of the way. So I've knocked that over in the past, haven't I? And we don't want that happening again. I'll start off with a little tale to tell you. So I am confined to my living room at the moment. So I've not been sleeping well past few nights. Hi there, Jenny. Hi, Kimmy. I've not been sleeping well past few nights. I've been stopping up quite late. I've watched all 6 series of Lost on Netflix in just over a week. About a week and a half it's taken me to watch all 6 series. And well, I'm in Yorkshire, Kimmy, so I don't know where thou is. So I've been stopping up late, was chilling out on the sofa, saw something move out the corner of my eye, turned and moved. Bloody great big rat. It was about a foot long. It was about like that. And as I sort of moved, it scarpered back into the dining room. So I've got my dining room, and then I've got my kitchen here, and then you walk into the dining room, and off to the side here is the bathroom. So it scarpered in there, so I shut the door on it quick, phoned my daughter up, who then wet herself laughing at me being like, oh, there's a rat in my house. She's like, are you sure it's not a mouse, Mum? I'm like, no, it's a bloody great big rat. So it's hijacked my kitchen, bless it. So I've got two of my dining chairs on the side blocking the entrance to the kitchen, with mouse mats, rat mats the other side of it, with bread and cheese and stuff on. And I put some salt down on the floor so I could see if it would walk through the salt. Anyway, it has, and it collared one of the bits of bread. But no rat on the mat just yet. So I had to move the microwave, the kettle, the toaster, my bread bin, my plates, tea, coffee, sugar, all into the living room. So I'm giving you fair warning, I've been eating a lot of beans over the past few days, because it was easy to eat beans and reheat them in the microwave. And let's hope I haven't got a bend over. That's all I'm saying. Yes, that's all I'm saying. I'm a bag of wind at the minute. So that has been pure joy. So I've now got some rat poison. And so daughter's coming through tomorrow to come and help me with that. Well, I'm going to have to call the council, Julie, because Julie's just said call the council. I'm not in a council house, so that, you know, they won't have anything to do with it. I spoke to the landlord; they don't want anything to do with it. So, yeah. Maureen's put, oh dear, sound effects thrown in for good measure. Yeah, you could hear a bout of trumpet voluntary. Maybe a bit later on. Oh, don't make me laugh too much. That might send me off. Anyway, so I'm going to be ringing the council up tomorrow because the house that's next door to me is a council house. And I noticed that they have got a ton of bin bags out in the back garden, which have all been shredded. And there's all the rubbish coming out of them. So I think that that's where... can you use those sonic plugs? Don't know, maybe. But I haven't got a lot of money to go spending on possible maybes of how to catch a rat. So yeah, so I'm ringing them up tomorrow to go, oi, your woman who you've housed next door, she's caused rats to come into my house. So they might send someone out anyway. Anyway, we'll see. But there's a pile of washing up in there waiting to be done. I dread to think what that's going to be like when I get round to getting into my kitchen. But anyway, there you go. Right, let's get on to the reason for the live video for tonight. I'm allergic to cats. So I can't even have a cat in the house. Anyway, so tonight's project or tonight's discussion of the project, all right? It's called My Beautiful Images book. No thanks, Kimmy. I'm allergic to them. Can't have them in the house. You can keep all your 9 cats to yourself. But thank you for the thought. Whilst I've been away from YouTube doing any tutorials or anything, I have actually quietly been working and doing a bit of planning in the background. All right, so I haven't been sitting here doing absolutely jack. I have been doing some stuff, which you will get to see sort of soonish. But this was one of the projects that I've been thinking about for quite a while, for quite a few months. I am one of these people that when I buy these books for journal making, or just when I buy books in general, really, I am not a reader. I tend to just look at the pictures. I'm a bit like a grown-up kid. I look at all the pictures, all the pretty pictures, but I hardly do any of the reading. Now, this book was one of them as an example. So, you know, it's a book with some really beautiful images in them. And then it's got a whole load of text in it. And I've not read a single word of the text. All I've done is looked at the images and thought, oh, I like that. Oh, and I like that. And oh, and I like that. You know, that's how it goes. I'm a very much a visual person. I think in pictures. So if I'm trying to remember where I've put something, I try and think about the image of where I can visualize it. All right. So yeah, so I'm a very visual kind of person. And then I have shown these before. Whilst I've been doing my my research for digital kit to make up my digital kits. I don't know why I have such a problem saying that. And then I came across these, or I came across this particular lady. And as I say, I have shown this before, and her name is Mary Delaney. She was born in 1700 to a well-to-do English family. Mary Delaney was married at 17 and widowed at age 21. This turn of events seems to have suited her. She spent 2 decades pursuing her interests and living with relatives and friends. She travelled pursued interests in botany and landscape painting, and joined the Blue Stocking Society, a revolutionary women's social educational group that supported intellectual pursuits. Delaney was 72 and a widow again. When noting the likeness between a geranium and a scrap of red paper, she began the first of her 985, just take that in for a minute, 985 paper mosaics. Of the practice, she wrote, I have invented a new way of imitating flowers. She built up her specimens sculpturally, cutting minute bits of paper into as many as 200 petals, layering small pieces over larger ones for contour and depth, and adhering them, likely with egg white or flower paste, to solid black backgrounds. The results were elegant, intricate, and botanically accurate. Okay, so these are some cards showing some of her images. So all of these were cut out of coloured bits of paper and then stuck onto a black background. Okay, and I just thought, do you know, I bought this with the intention of putting them in a journal, and I was like, I don't want to do that. These images are just way too beautiful to just be put into a journal. So then I thought making a glue book or a collage stroke glue book, and I thought, no, that's not the right setting for these images as well. I want them to have a book of their own. Now I think there's 12 or 15, can't remember, and rubbish coloured envelopes to go with them. Like, hang on, let's have a look. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8. So let's go through this 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Can you imagine having cut that one out of paper? 8, 9, 10, 11, yeah, 12. All right, so there's only 12 in there. And I've tried to look for books of her work, but they're so expensive. So at this moment in time, all I've got is 12. And I thought, well, that's going to be difficult to put in a book. Just 12. Anyway, whilst doing my research, as I say, for images for my digital kits, I came across this one book. So it is readily available online. If you want to go and find it and, you know, do your own thing, then you can do. But I've collated the majority, because I haven't done them all. I've collated the majority of the images together. All right, just purely from this one book. And I loved it because I also like typography, which is the art of writing. All right. Now, initially, this book, just to give you a little bit of background, this book was from someone who did calligraphy, and they wanted to show samples of their work. And I have included a sheet in the first pack, which explains about the history of this book. So it was a book just purely of the calligraphy. None of the artwork was in it. Anyway, the son of a son of a son. Anyway, someone else further down the line, a couple of generations further on, decided that within this book they wanted to have an artist add all the flora and fauna. Okay, so they got an artist to then go and add these images around the calligraphy text, or all the different typography around that. And it's collated in this one book. And I was looking through them, and again, they struck me along the lines of the Mary Delaney stuff, in that I didn't feel that I could put these images in a junk journal. I didn't want to put them in a glue book. I want them to have a book of their own. All right, so what I have done is I have created 13 sets of pages of these images, and each month you will get a different PDF with 6 more of the images. I'll show you some in a minute. And you can have a choice of signing up for the whole year, or you can sign up for it in 2 parts, which makes it therefore cheaper to buy the 2 parts. Okay. I'm not going to quote figures here, because in years to come, if someone's watching this, they'll be wanting it at that price. So I'll leave the price in the Facebook group. So basically, this is going to be available in my Facebook group only for now. Eventually, I will put it on Etsy, but that won't be for quite a while. Now, the first set is due to go out on the 1st of December. So you have a week to decide if you want to get involved with the project. Now, there are 13 PDFs with these images in. There are also going to be throughout the year some other little PDFs which you'll get as well, which will help you to decorate your page if that's what you wish to do. All right. This one is the starter pack. This is the first one that you get in December. And this image here, I've done 2 because this is what I'm going to use as on my front cover. All right. So let me talk to you about the book first, and then I'll go on to showing you some of the images. Now I'm showing you the back of my book because it's pretty much the same as the front, because I've started decorating the front up. Now, I've got these from our local hobbycraft store here in the UK. There's something like £4.99 a book. Lovely solid black spiral bound book. And then when you open it up, it's got these black pages in. So I'm going to cut out my images and add them to these pages, because the black will make these colours really stand out and be quite dramatic. So that's why I'm using this book. Now, if you want to make your own book, or you want a different type of book or a different colour of book, that is entirely up to you, how you want to display your images that you'll get in these PDFs. Okay. Excuse me, just have a drink of my tea. Now, just to show you, this is the list of all the pages. All right, so there's 1 to 80. Oh, there, 1 to 80 pages, but there are 1, 2, 3, 4 which aren't available. So that's 76. 76 plus 4 is 80, Carol. Yeah. So there's 76 images that you will get throughout the year. Okay, you will be sent this list so that you can tick off which ones you've got, and the pages are numbered. All right, so if I show you one of the pages, so these are 2 of the images that you get in the starter pack, and if you look up here, you can see that they're numbered. So this is page number 6, and this is page number 80. Okay. So each of the PDFs, these images are not coming in number order. All right. And it's so that you work on different parts of your own book. So if you want to put these in number order in your little black book, then you have to wait for the next set to come out. All right. But you can work out which page in your book it's going to be, and then stick that page in. It's just, I've done it that way because I feel that if you stick the images in number order, you'll get bored. And you'll get bored with trying to think of different ways to decorate it. Whereas this way, doing a page in this part of the book and a page in the next part of the book and a page in another part of the book, it means that it keeps the enthusiasm there, and it means that you won't keep repeating the same kind of decorative background for each of the images. Okay, I hope that makes sense. All right, so within the starter kit you will get this page which has 2 of the same image, and I've reduced it in size, and there to go. They're the 2 that I'm using on my front cover. It's up to you which image you use, but I do have a reason why I've chosen this particular one, but we'll come to that another time. These are 2 of the pages, and as you can see, look, the different sort of type of typography or text or calligraphy. Here's another 2, which is page 63 and 75. But they've got these beautiful images on together with the beautiful text, right? Within the starter kit, you also get this page with some of the borders on, so that you can use some of the borders. And then there's the extra sheet as well that I've done. All right, so that is set number 1. And then, as I say, you also will get as a PDF this list of your page numbers and the set numbers as they will be coming to you. There is another sheet to come as well, which I haven't quite finished typing up yet, which gives you the description of each of the animals and flora or whatever else is on here, the names of the bugs maybe. It gives you a list of what those are on each of the particular pages. All right, so there will be that page as well to come with it. So what else was I going to talk to you about? Yeah, so I am not going to show you on YouTube page by page how to decorate or what you can do with it. I'm going to keep mine fairly simple. Let's take that off because that's quite boring to look at. Let's keep that on there for now. I'm not going to tell you how to display these pages in your books. You can be as creative with your staging of the page or as plain as you like. For me, I'm going to keep it fairly plain. Couple of reasons for that. One, I want the page to be about that image. I don't want it to be about the background, the decoration, or the rest of it. I will do some, but I'm not going to do masses because I want it to, my eye to be attracted to this image. Also, I haven't got time with all the other projects that I want to do next year to spend a lot of time on decoration. Also, with having 6 images, it means that I can set myself a task of just entering 2 images each week. So by the 3rd week, I'll have attached my 6 images, and then I've got a week to do something else if that's what I so wish. Or I can sit and do all 6 images in one night or one week, and then it's done and dusted, and then I've got the rest of the month to do something else until my next PDF becomes available. Okay, but I'm going to do mine fairly plain, so there isn't going to be tutorials for each individual page, but I will come back occasionally and go, okay, here's an idea that you can utilize if you so wish. Okay, and then it's up to you then whether you want to use that idea or not. Okay, so I think that is the basis of it. I think I've told you all that you need to know. You need to be on my Facebook group to be able to get involved with it over this coming next year. It starts on the 1st of December, so you need to have bought and paid for your 2 choices of either paying for the full year 13 kits or you can pay in two halves. So the first half will be for 7 of the kits and the second half will be for 6 of the kits. At some point towards the end of the year, I'll probably make this available on Etsy. And hopefully then some of you will have seen some of the pages that some of you will have created, and will have seen where our imaginations will have taken us. Okay, so does anybody have any questions that they would like to ask about the project while I have a slurp on my cup of tea, because my throat's drying up now? Oh, that's better. Let's have a little catch up. Oh, Tracy's here. Hello there, our Tracy. Kerry's already got a little black book. So she's all set. Oh, so's our Tracy. Will people be able to sign up after the start in December? Knowing me, I'll be flexible enough to do that, though I would prefer for it all to be done before the 1st of December, just because it otherwise becomes a little bit of a nightmare, you know, with a couple trickling in here and a couple of trickling in there. So it just makes it easier for me, and especially with the way that my brain is working, I'd rather have it all sorted by the 1st of December. Obviously, if there's the odd one or two, you know, that's not a problem, but I don't want to make it a ruling that, yeah, you can join in any time. I'd rather, you know, just keep it to the 1st of the month. What is the size of each page image? So, bearing in mind that you can print these whatever size you wish, but these at the moment, I designed it on letter size paper. Although mine is printed on A4 paper, it was designed on letter paper to allow for those across the sea. So this image is about just under 4 3/4 inches wide by just over 6.5 inches long. Okay, I mean, obviously you don't have to do what I'm doing, which is gluing them into this black book. You can use them for whatever you want. That's entirely up to you, but that's just what I'm doing, because I just want a book of pretty pictures. What are they called, those? Are they commonplace books? You know, where you sit them on your table down in your living room and people come and visit you for tea and look at your little commonplace book and go, oh, isn't that quaint? And then start to have a little flick through your book, looking at all the pretty pictures, but looking at the pretty pictures and not reading any text. As I say, if you want to add any text to this, I'll make any space for coffee table books. Thank you, Janet. So, you know, if you want to use it for a writing book, then you can do. Anybody else got any other questions that they would like to ask me? Got an itch on my arm now about this particular project. I'll show you there. So all the packs are all ready, look. So I've got all the PDFs ready. Oh, wrong way around, hang on, that way around. So you can see there's lots and lots and lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of pictures. What has Jenny put? Thank you. Amazon has an 80-page black square spiral scrapbook for $7.99. I think the Hobbycraft ones are $4.99, I think. But yes, you can get them on Amazon as well. So, but obviously you pay that little bit more, but you'll get it maybe quite a bit quicker if you're on Prime. you'll get it next day. But I just placed an order with Hobbycraft and it actually came within 4 or 5 days. So it was still fairly quick. Of course, you could of course get your other half to buy you this as a Christmas present. Now there's a thought. So that's what my beautiful images book is all about. There are more images available beyond, over and above what I've actually done. So they might be a smaller project for next year. And especially if you've got any blank pages in your book. Yeah, but you can order online. Just the same as you do with Amazon. You can just order it online. There is postage to pay, so you might want to have a look at some of the other stuff that they've got as well. But you can order it and they'll send it out. Because I don't have a Hobbycraft near me. I do all my ordering online. So yeah, so there might be a follow-on the year after with a few more pages, maybe to fill up the book with something slightly different again. So, but there are a couple of other projects that I've got coming up that are, again, another one's another year-long project, but it's only a little tiny one. But anyway, you'll have to wait and see, won't you? I'm trying to sort of get myself back into the habit of doing YouTube stuff and talking to people, trying to build my confidence back up again, because I lost my confidence a bit. But there you go. That's life for you. Okay, it doesn't look like anyone else has got any more questions. So I've set up the event in the Facebook group. You go to the event, there's a post there about the actual project and how it works. Then there's a post for you to sign up if you want the full year. Then there's another post so that if you want to sign up for the 2 half-year payments, then you just write your name, and then just like the pop-up shop, I'll contact you, give you my PayPal details, and you make the payment to my PayPal account. And then on the 1st of December, you will get this first starter kit, and I'll do the video showing you how I'm going to make a start on my own beautiful images book. Okay, so I'm going to shoot off to let those that are celebrating Thanksgiving. I hope that you have a lovely time eating your turkey and your pumpkin pie. And I was tucking into orange Smarties, and you know, for Christmas they do the tubes of sweets. So I was munching in bed a tube of orange Smarties, and I was chatting on Rosemary Morris's live last night. And of course, a lot of the Americans would think they have Smarties as well, but it's something completely different to our Smarties. So Susan had to look it up and find a photograph to show everyone. So yeah. Right, guys, thank you very much for joining me. And I will put the link beneath the video for the Facebook group if you so wish to join. I've had some questions about some of my digitals in the Etsy store. I took them all off, and I've been revamping some of them as I've gained a few more skills. So I've been revamping the odd one or two of them, so I'm kind of adding them back in bit by bit. So keep your eye open or favourite the shop, and then you'll get the notification when the new kits are going in. All right. Okay, guys, thank you very much for joining me. See you all again really soon. Take care of yourselves. For now, bye. Toodles.